Power isn't given, it's taken, commanded, and wielded by those who understand how to dominate the political battlefield. In today's world, the most powerful and polarizing political figures aren't the ones who play it safe. They are the ones who defy convention, command attention, and make people either love them or hate them, but never ignore them. Some call them mavericks, others call them disruptors. But one thing is certain, they know how to win. What makes these modern political leaders so commanding, influential, and nearly unstoppable? And more importantly, how can you apply their tactics to your own life, whether in business, leadership, or personal power? We're breaking down the alpha traits behind today's most powerful political mavericks, and the lessons you can steal from them to take control, command respect, and dominate your own arena. Before we dive in, if you're serious about building influence, leveling up your leadership, and learning how real power works, subscribe to Chad Guys. This is where men rise, take control, and learn how to lead. Now let's get into it. Trait number 1, the relentless confidence of Donald Trump. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump is one of the most dominant political figures of the modern era. How did a billionaire real estate mogul with zero political experience walk into Washington and take over the Republican Party? One word: confidence. Trump operates with a level of self-belief that is almost bulletproof. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't second-guess himself. He walks into every room like he owns it, and that energy is infectious. When he speaks, he doesn't ask for permission. He declares what he believes with conviction. That level of unshakable self-belief is why people either follow him loyally or hate him passionately. But either way, they can't ignore him. What you can learn: move with conviction. When you speak, say things with certainty. Stop using weak language like "I think" or "maybe." Act like you belong. Walk into every situation like you own it. The more comfortable you appear, the more people assume you're in control. Never apologize for your confidence. Weak men shrink themselves to avoid making others uncomfortable. Strong men own their presence without hesitation. Trait number 2, the master strategizing of Vladimir Putin. Few leaders on the world stage command as much control over their image and influence as Vladimir Putin. Whether you agree with his politics or not, Putin understands the game of power better than almost anyone. He doesn't react. He dictates the pace of every interaction. Everything he does is calculated. Every appearance, every public moment, every policy move is designed to strengthen his position, project power, and make people feel like he's always 5 steps ahead. Putin is a master of patience and long-term strategy. He doesn't let emotions dictate his moves. He plays the long game, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, negotiate, or shift the playing field. What you can learn: control the frame. In any situation, the one who controls the conversation, the pace, and the reaction is the one in charge. Think 5 steps ahead. Weak men react emotionally. Alpha men plan strategically. Never make a move without thinking about the long-term consequences. Silence is a weapon. Most men talk too much and reveal too much. Master the art of saying less while making every word count. Trait number 3, the relatable toughness of Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis rose to national prominence because of his no-nonsense leadership style and his ability to connect with working-class voters while maintaining a strong, authoritative presence. DeSantis understands that powerful leaders don't just talk at people. They make them feel like they're fighting alongside them. He presents himself as a fighter who doesn't back down, whether against political opponents, media narratives, or policy challenges. He communicates in clear, straightforward language, never sounding overly rehearsed or like a corporate politician. He knows how to weaponize his track record, constantly reinforcing the idea that he delivers results while others just talk. What you can learn: be a fighter, not a talker. People respect men who take decisive action more than those who just make big speeches. Connect with people at their level. Whether in leadership or business, people follow those who make them feel understood and represented. Frame everything as a mission. The strongest leaders turn their work into a movement, a cause, or a battle that people want to be part of. Trait number 4, the charismatic leadership of Javier Milei. Javier Milei, the newly elected president of Argentina, isn't your typical politician. He's explosive, passionate, and raw in a way that makes him impossible to ignore. Milei's rise to power was fueled by his ability to energize a massive movement through charisma alone. He makes politics exciting. He turns economic policy into a war against corruption, making people feel emotionally invested in his mission. Even if people don't agree with him, they respect his energy, his passion, and his ability to stand firm in his beliefs without compromise. What you can learn. Passion is contagious. If you believe in something loudly and unapologetically, people will follow. Oh, how I'm gonna say me you follow, even if they don't fully agree. Make people feel something. Whether you're selling a product, building a brand, or leading a group, people need to feel emotionally invested in what you stand for. Don't be afraid to stand out. The most powerful leaders in history were never neutral. They picked a lane and owned it completely. Trait number 5, the tactical genius of Elon Musk. Elon Musk may not be a politician in the traditional sense, but he has more influence than most world leaders. Why? Because he understands something most people don't. Power isn't just about politics, it's about controlling narratives, technology, and cultural movements. Musk knows how to weaponize his personal brand, control media cycles, and make billion-dollar moves that shift industries overnight. He doesn't just build companies, he builds influence machines. He doesn't just make business moves, he makes cultural statements. He doesn't just let the media define him, he actively controls the story through social media, memes, and direct engagement. What you can learn. Your reputation is a weapon. Use it. The more you control your narrative, the less others can manipulate it. Disrupt industries. Don't just work in them. The most successful people don't just enter a market. They change how the game is played. Make yourself the story. People don't just follow brands or companies. They follow personalities who stand for something bigger than themselves. How to apply these power moves in your own life. These political mavericks didn't just inherit power. They built it by playing the game differently. If you want to dominate in your own field, steal these alpha traits and start applying them now. Move with unshakable confidence. People follow certainty. Plan 5 steps ahead. Never be reactive. Always be strategic. Speak in clear, powerful statements. Cut the fluff. Get to the point. Be willing to stand out and polarize. Neutrality is weakness. Make yourself the main character in your industry. Control your image, and you control the game. Trait number 6, the relentless resilience of Nayib Bukele. Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, is rewriting the rules of political leadership. While most politicians play it safe, avoid controversy, and try to appease everyone, Bukele does the opposite. He moves fast, takes extreme risks, and doesn't care who gets offended. He made global headlines by cracking down on gangs in a way no other leader dared to, locking up tens of thousands of criminals overnight and restoring order to a country long ruled by violence. He bet big on Bitcoin, making El Salvador the first country in the world to adopt it as legal tender, a move that had the world watching. He controls his own media narrative, using social media as his direct communication weapon, bypassing traditional outlets and speaking straight to the people. Bukele's leadership style is fast, aggressive, and unapologetic. He acts like a tech CEO running a nation, making bold moves before anyone can stop him. Some call him reckless. Others call him a genius. But no one ignores him. What you can learn. Move faster than your critics. Weak men hesitate, overthink, and seek approval. Alpha men execute first, adjust later. Control the battlefield. Bukele doesn't let outsiders dictate how he runs his country. In business, leadership, or personal branding, control your own platform or someone else will control it for you. Take calculated risks. Big rewards only come to those who bet on themselves when no one else will. Bukele's power move? He doesn't follow trends. He sets them. That's what makes a real maverick. How to apply these power moves in your own life. These modern political figures aren't just lucky, they are calculated, relentless, and unshakable in their pursuit of power. If you want to dominate in your own field, Start applying these alpha traits immediately. Move with unshakable confidence. People follow certainty. Plan 5 steps ahead. Never be reactive. Always be strategic. Speak in clear, powerful statements. Cut the fluff. Get to the point. Be willing to stand out and polarize. Neutrality is weakness. Make yourself the main character in your industry. Control your image, and you control the game. Take bold, decisive risks. Big wins don't come from playing small. If you're serious about power, leadership, and becoming a force in your own life, subscribe to Chad Guys. This is where men learn to dominate, strategize, and win. See you in the next one.